Welcome back, friends. As you saw by the title, it says Stanley Lunch Box Coffee Kit DIY, either at the end or at the beginning. DIY is in there, so that's what I'm going to show you today, and we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to show you all the things that I'm going to use to do this, and then I'm going to explain why I'm doing it and tell you where some of the inspiration came from, so stay tuned. So, as you can see, obviously, we have the classic Stanley Lunch Box here. This is the 10 quart, so it's the bigger one. We have tape measure, bungee cord. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, there it is. A couple of what they call cord stops. Probably a shadow on there somewhere. Yep, there's a glare. Okay, cord stops. Black plastic beads. Thank you, Haley, for letting me use these. Over here we have two different styles of drill bits. No particular reason why there's more than one. Just there's options. That's all I'm saying. And then a 4-foot piece of, see if I can get rid of that glare for you. Probably not. There it is. 4-foot piece of red oak. This is a 1/2 inch by 2 inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into, I believe it's 6 inches from front to back when this is opened up. So from here to here, probably can't see that. From here where the hinge is to back here, it's about 6 inches wide, and I'm going to create a table for the top of this. And you can search these up on YouTube and you can see where people have made their own. They're pretty crude in how they make them. Some people take placemats and cut those up. I saw where somebody went to IKEA and found a cutting board that fits exactly inside here. But I want to build my own. I want to bring you guys along and show you exactly what I plan to do. And basically, when I cut this into the 6-inch pieces that I want, I'm going to drill a hole toward the top and the bottom of that 6-inch, and I'm going to run this paracord all the way through it, and it's just going to run the length of it. So to run this way, and I'll have these cord stops to be able to cinch it up to make it tight to where it fits on here. And then when I'm done with it, I can loosen the cord stop. And this, in my vision, my hopes is that when I loosen it, I can take this whole tray and it can roll up on itself and make it easier to store away, and I can put more in here. So that's what today's video is going to be about, and we're just going to get going, so stick around. So the first thing we're going to do is measure the width of this, and it comes in just a little over 13 inches, but we're going to have it hang over probably a good 1/2 inch on both sides. So move the tape measure over 1/2 inch. So we're looking at 14 inches from side to side because we want it to hang over a little bit. And then from the hinge to the beginning is about 6 3/4, sorry. So what we're going to do is make this hang over probably 1/8, I think. So we're going to make this about 7 inches this way. So we're going to go 7 inches by 14 inches, and we're going to start getting those pieces of wood cut and figure out, based on the 14 inches and this being a 2-inch board, you know, how many pieces we're going to need, and then with the spacers for the beads, because the beads are going to go in between to give us gaps, so if anything spills, it can just fall in there. We can clean it out later. So let's get that figured out, and then I will start cutting and we will take it from there. So I think what I decided was I'm going to go ahead and cut 6 of these. I know you do your 14 divided by 2 would be 7, but because I'm going to be putting those beads in between each one, I'm hoping that'll make up for about 1 inch. So we're going to start with 6 and see how that lays out with the bead spacing, and if it doesn't work, we'll just cut an additional piece. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to measure out our 7 inches and then start cutting them. So that's what we're going to do first. Hearing protection. As I cut these, I'm probably going to speed up the video so you don't have to listen to the sound and listen to me cut each and every individual one. So hopefully that's just going to be a few seconds so it won't annoy you. That's one. I'll cut the rest and I'll bring you back. So the configuration I figured that I liked the best, instead of going all the way across and overlapping, was because we have these metal bars here that's supposed to hold your thermos in. I'm also going to turn that into some sort of a shelf or something, or I'm just going to hang a mug off of it, or a light or something. I haven't decided this part out yet, but if you can see that behind my hand. So it's a perfect gap space in between 2 of these. So that's going to be perfect for when I put the beads in here as spacing. But I'm just going to make it just this wide. And then that way I've got room to, you know, still store stuff here on the sides if I need to, or what have you. So I'm going to get you turned over to the drill press there. And we're going to start drilling our holes and get this thing assembled. So stay tuned. So what I decided was we're going to come in 1 inch from both sides, and I rigged up, you know, something to make sure I get that exactly where I want it each time. And I'm going to speed this footage up. I decided the last time I was just going to cut them all then bring it back. This time I'm going to do them all but speed up the footage, and hope you enjoy that. So give me just a second to find my hearing protection and then we'll get going. And here we go. Help if I plugged it in, huh? Now here we go. So we're going to give these a quick sand. You can probably see where it punched through on the back side. So we'll give all these a quick sand, and then we'll wallow those out just a little bit, just so that when this paracord runs through it, or this bungee cord runs through it, it doesn't rip it or tear it. So we're going to speed this up too. That's number one. Number one. So what I'm going to use to wallow those out is one of my files. We're just going to stick it in these holes and just give it a quick little turn. And we'll do that on both sides just to help with the running of the bungee cord. And instead of speeding this one up, I'm just going to bring it back when I'm done. So, see you in just a second. Next step will be sanding, just to give them some rounded edging. And for that one, we'll be wearing a dust mask, obviously. So let's get to sanding. So I don't know if you can really see that, but you can see how it's kind of rounded versus just 90 degrees. I'm not looking for anything special, or I'd bring out my router. So let's just continue sanding these. And so we're feeding these through one section at a time, one board at a time. And it can be a little tough, but that's what we brought the lighter out for, where we can burn the end of this, kind of bring it more to a point, and then once we feed that through, we'll grab one of our beads and we'll feed the bead through. And the beads are a little tight because they are literally the diameter of the bungee cord, but once it goes through the beginning there, it should, yep, slide right through. So that's what it'll look like. So I'm going to continue doing this until I get all of them fed on here. And what we're going to do is feed it through. When we get through the last one, this is going to turn and go back through the other side. And I'll bring you back at that point. So as you can see, it's fed through the top. Now I'm going to feed it through this bottom section, and I'll bring you back when that's completely done. Well, that is how it came out. I left myself about 6 to 8 inches on either side. I'm going to run one of these cord stops through, and we'll see how she looks. So that was a struggle to get in there for a second. Didn't realize that the hole was not very wide. However, the idea is to cinch that down to make it to where this doesn't move as much. It can lay mostly flat. So we're gonna see what we think about it when we get it on here. Maybe a little too tight. Might need to do a little bit of sanding here on the sides to make this lay completely flat, but other than that, let me know what you guys think here. Get you fully adjusted down here so that you can see it. Don't mind me. Sticks up just a little bit right here, so we can just, you know, put a little notch on either side of this and call it good. So I like the way it sits. It's exactly what I envisioned. And then, like I said, you could put stuff here on the side still. We're going to work on something up here, but in today's video, I just wanted to show you my ideas, and so far this is what I've got, and I'm going to continue to tweak this and bring lays flat. And because I put these two notches in right here, I'll show you those. You can see one notch there, another notch over here. But because I put those two notches in, this now sits the way I want it to, and this is not going anywhere really. I mean, it moves just slightly, but I mean, this is on a hinge, so it's going to move. But I plan to put some stop blocks probably underneath on both sides to keep this from sliding forward and backward, but that'll probably be in a later video. But for now, I just wanted to thank you for bringing up a little bit. I wanted to thank you for coming along with me and watching me build this tray. I'm probably still going to stain this. I'm not sure what color I want to stain it just yet, but I may just leave it like this because it contrasts with the black pretty well. So that's going to be it for this video. And anything else that I come up with that I want to do to this, like I said, this could probably either be, you know, I can hang a lantern from it. My Kuksa has a hook on it. I can use that to hook on here. I'm not sure yet. I'm just going to continue to scour the internet, get some ideas, watch YouTube videos, and, you know, get my ideas from there. Maybe obviously make it my own, just like this. I saw some pretty crude ideas before, and this one I came up with myself. This was in my own head, and I think it turned out great. And I cannot wait to do more of this, finish more of this, and turn it into a smaller coffee box, like the one over here that I showed you guys before, that houses all my other coffee things. So this one is more of like, say, a weekend or a camping week or something along those lines, and this will be for day trips, which I plan to do a lot of day trips this year. So I guess until the next time we meet or see each other, get out there.